Hello everybody, General here, and today we're in for another episode of how to make is then I always find it hard to pronounce that word. Oxidized copper trapdoor. There you go. I actually got it right for the first time. Oxidized trapdoor. Right? So what are we gonna be doing, guys? Is first of all we're gonna need to make a trapdoor, a copper trapdoor. And how we do that is of course we're gonna be needing copper. We're going to be needing wood for the crafting box to be able to craft it. If we come out here, guys, we see a tremendous amount of just lots of wood. Oh, I heard when that happens. All right, if we get some of those, we'll come back here. We're then going to see what? A crafting table. Access that. Before we access that, what are we going to do? Whatever it is that we've collected, the wood. So then we do that. We get planks from that wood, the wood log. And then what we're going to be doing is, of course, really any planks you can use, right, to then make the crafting table. Once you do that, you access this. And then what you do, guys, is you get your cobblestone to make what's called a furnace. And that's how you're going to melt the metal that's in what we are going to be looking at, which is this copper ore. Sometimes you may come across iron ore, which you kind of find underground. And then what you are going to be doing, right, is you're going to go back. Then you're going to go into your furnace, and then what are you going to do? So you've got your coal ore, right? So let's say, for example, you find your coal ore from underground. You're going to break through that. It's going to give you cold ore. Then what you are going to be doing from there on, guys, is then after that, you're going to be placing some here, and then placing what's called your coal ore, and it starts to cook it. And when it's done, it'll give you this, your copper ingot. So what you do is you come back here. You then grab that copper ingots that you've just acquired, and you do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that gives you your copper trapdoor. And with that copper trapdoor, which I've already got right here, now we do what's very interesting, right? We have it become what we call it. It hasn't happened yet. Yeah, there you go. So actually, I'm going to tell you how this works, right? This is very interesting. So basically, there's no actual real way to make an oxidized, an exposed. There's no real way to make an exposed, which is the second phase of the copper, the second of the copper trapdoor or the copper metal. Then there's the third stage, which is your weathered, which is gonna look something like this, which is gonna look something like that. So that's gonna look something like this green that you see right here. And then what you're then gonna see, of course, guys, third is then you're then gonna have to wait again, of course, because then what you're gonna have to do is it's gonna have to look like this next, right? Which is okay. Sorry. So the first stage is this stage. That's this. So you see, same color, same everything. It's then gonna look like this after about 2 days. Then after about past 2 days, maybe 3, 4 Minecraft days, not our days, by the way, it's gonna look something like this, which is the weathered, right? The weathered copper. And then after this, which is about 3, 4 days, you're then gonna have this, which is what we call that name that's hard to pronounce, oxidized copper. It's gonna look like this, which is like a bluish look. So basically, it's like weathered copper, and basically, that's how you get your weathered materials, right? So if we go back here, so we basically have this. It's fresh, it's new, it's copper trapdoor, or it's copper material. Right? If you leave that over there lying there, what then begins to happen is that it then begins to slowly erode away, and it begins to transition from its freshly looking from its freshly looking copper like this to something more like this, right? Once it gets to this stage, you're then going to go back to third stage, which is this, and finally to this stage, which is your oxidized copper material. So guys, hopefully this makes more sense. This one is very confusing because a lot of people don't understand that you can't actually make an exposed or a weathered an exposed, a weathered, or an oxidized copper material. So those are the phases. You've got the first original one, and then you've got your other three, which is exposed second, your weathered, which is third phase. And then you've got your fourth phase, which is, of course, your oxidized, right? So basically what you want to always understand is, once again, it's that what you have to do is, of course, most important is you need to craft it. You need to craft that copper trapdoor, which is like this. We'll just go through the steps again, right? So 3, 2, 1. What you then do is you go back here. Once you have this, 2, 3, 4, your copper trapdoor, you then acquire that. We've already got 4. You then come outside here and you place them, right? However, there's also a speedy way to do it. So for example, if you do this, right, and apply and allow air to pass through them, like here with the gaps, it actually speeds up the process a lot quicker, so that it can go from this to this third phase, which is the weathered, and finally the oxidized. So hopefully, guys, this makes lots of sense. It's that what you need to do first is you need to create the original copper trapdoor or the copper door, and then it starts to like slowly fade away over time, and that is how you make it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, I appreciate those who are always supporting me and watching my content, and hopefully I'm improving every time so that I'm able to give you guys the best sort of like support when it comes to actually making these materials. And all of the ones that you see in here, they've been pretty much made, so hopefully they were very helpful as well. And that's the tutorial for how to make an oxidized trapdoor. So thank you guys. If you like what you see, please like, comment, and finally subscribe to continue helping me to just stay motivated in making more content like this, because it is a lot of work, believe it or not. And also, guys, because it really does motivate. Like, I had a few people reach out to me and say, oh, you know, I really liked what you've made, and I just went, thank you so much. And you know, from my perspective, obviously, like making it, I love doing it, but it's like, oh, is it really making an impact? I guess it is now. And some really good discussions as well, which were not just oh, how do you make this? It was more like thank you for this, how has your day been? I've been great. And it's a bit of a back and forth, because it's always good to know your fans as well, right? It's good to talk to them, it's good to know them a bit more. Of course, yeah, there's that whole don't talk to strangers thing, but our fans strangers, I don't think so in my eyes. But hopefully in other people's eyes it's a bit different as well. But please, guys, keep staying tuned, because there'll be a lot more great contents coming, and there'll be a lot more other games that I'll be playing. For example, I'll be playing God of War soon. I'll be playing Tekken 8. I'll be playing FIFA 26, Black Ops 7. At the point of these videos, 2 of these games came out about 4 months ago. So I'll be playing that along with you guys. Spider-Man 2 will be coming out, it is out already. We'll be playing that. So thank you guys so much for the support and for the love you're always showing me. And you guys, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Most important, subscribe. You continue helping me to make content like this. Have a nice one. Ciao.